Hey, Tia and Courtney. Yes. Welcome to the Geekcentric podcast, and welcome to Toronto. You're catching us. I said that wrong. Toronto. Sorry.
Toronto.
Who am I? What the heck?
What
You're catching us in maybe one of our most famous seasons of summer. I think that's what we're known for in Canada, right? The warm
white
weather.
summer.
Yeah. But speaking of the warmer weather, and I'm sure this answer might be a little bit different for both of you, but to kind of kick things off, what was it like filming in Hawaii?
For me, it's returning home and seeing a home depicted in the most beautiful way. And I love that Disney's been respectful of the culture and the people. And even from the first day of doing the first one, I met with Dean DeBlois and Chris Sanders and, got to inject some of my Hawaii reality of like the cadence of speech, the pidgin English accent that I did in the movie. Because if you go to Hawaii, people kind of talk like this and singing Aloha Oi as a song of farewell and love to my sister. And to have that carried into this and so much more was really important.
When you're shooting there, it's a place of respect. Their country is them, so they
keep the country. That's what it was.
Keep the country.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That was this big, gorgeous. Anyway, so it was nice to know that there is respect that you must bring when you come. You can't come here and treat it like you treat the mainland. You have to treat this with respect here, and that was in front of the camera and it was behind the camera. It was, there was a diaspora of sorts around us all, which lifted us all up. And then you had the center of the movie, which is that lovely little
Lilo. Maya Ke Aloha. She's the heart and soul of this movie.
She really, continually brought us home. When the camera was rolling, especially when the camera was off, she's just herself.
She's herself.
And her parents are right there with her and keeping her grounded. So it was beautiful environment.
Yeah,
it's amazing. One of the themes that we've connected with so much from the original to this live action is Ohana and family. How did working on this production maybe give you new perspective on that meaning of Ohana?
Well, it not entirely new for me because in the African American community, it's a village.
Yes.
It always has been the village. So we raised our children with that spirit. So it was for me. It was coming home. I mean,
but you love seeing people on set, and I love that you brought it up. That there are people that are related, that are all these locals that were working on the movie behind the camera. Was nice to see too. For me, it's like bringing work back home. I think right now is the first time in 20 years that there's no shows in Hawaii. So I'm working to bring another show back there.
Nice. Awesome.
Because I want to be able to live and work there too, selfishly.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Tia, I loved a quote from ICANN last year that you were in attendance for, which is, "Blessed is the person who plants the tree knowing they'll never get to enjoy the shade." But here you are, you planted the tree, and you're also enjoying the shade. You're guiding the next generation.
You call me Shady.
Hey,
I never throw shade.
Never throw shade,
You're doing it this time.
but enjoying the shade that is the tree that you created with the character of Nani, and now getting to guide Sydney through as the next generation of this character. What was that like?
I'm just over the moon because when I heard about this movie, I thought, oh, please, I have to be part of it somehow. But I wanted to play Tutu because I like playing the crazy older broad, But they're like, no, that's for Amy Hill. And so when Mrs. Kekoa role came up, I was like, that's great because it's where I am in my life to be that sort of mentoring role and sort of reminding the younger women that it's going to be okay. Just trust in yourself. You have all the gifts that you need within you to carry you through this. And with Sydney, she's just tremendous. She's a great actress. She's an athlete. She's strong and brave and daring. And I just had to remind her of that and to trust in that and to see her be a star on the big screen. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. There's just such a meta quality to that too as well, right? Being that support
crazy.
for
Just
her.
the timing.
Exactly.
The timing of it for me in my life, it's just perfectly dovetails.
I love it. Now, Courtney, Cobra Bubbles. in the original and even in this adaptation, there's a stoicness to him, right? And really, deep down, he's a big softie. How did you personally relate to the character? Is there anything that you can kind
Are
of
you a
relate
big
to?
softie?
I am.
Oh,
Yeah, I can see that.
So, I've played characters in television and film who are that kind of stoic, kind of. But that's the beauty of Ohana and the beauty of Maya and Lilo. Just that once you see that, you have to soften. You only can carry that on for so long, and then it becomes, what's your problem?
Yeah.
And I'm pleased that I was given that arc. That we're not going to spoil anything here, but I'm just
You let
pleased.
the Aloha spirit affect Cobra
Yeah.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
Scene.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's great.
It's fun as an actor to travel.
Not to be the same.
We both were trying to help her.
Yes.
You started to rub off on me, just okay. And then because you got on board, and then it's like, okay, what are you going to do, Mr. Bubbles?
Right.
Mr. Bubbles.
Well, speaking of the Aloha spirit affecting you, I think my favorite thing about the original film and with this one is the music in these movies is so good. And for both of you, both of you have backgrounds in music. What role do you think music plays in expressing culture, especially in a story like this where it connects generations?
Well, it's very important to the filmmakers to maintain that authenticity. And the writer for the film, Chris Bright, his mom
Yes.
is the choir director of Kamehameha Schools. So to have that, in the original film, and I think he was privy to that back then, even though he was little. Now, to have his mom still be involved with it, it's amazing, the multi-generational connection to this. Like me, Chris Bright, his mom.
And the fact that it's infused in the film, and that I think that's what we
They
end up
prioritized
Yes.
that cultural
feeling. And what about
authenticity.
Dean's mom?
And then Dean's mom, I play a social worker, and Dean Fleischer Camp, the film director, his mom is a social worker.
Oh, that's amazing.
So thank you for reminding me. So he was like about how I looked, what kind of clothing I wore, and the character was very important to him for that reason, and I love that.
That's amazing. Well, kind of jumping off on the whole idea of music, one thing that we really loved is that in the original film, you actually gave the idea to sing Aloha Oi
Yes.
in a moment that to this day still makes us cry, and even in the adaptation, it made me bawl. Like, it was crazy. I just think of my own family and my daughter and everything. So
It's a beautiful song.
It's a beautiful song. What is it like now to see that again, like just take new shape and new form 23 years later in this live action adaptation?
Well, there was a moment on set where Sydney and I were she started playing the song and practicing her ukulele, and I started singing, and she started harmonizing with me. And it was just off the cuff, and they filmed it for EPK, and it's just beautiful to see that passing of the torch of the role. But our voices blend as our energies blend in these characters now. It's just like gave me chills, just to. Sometimes when it's magic, and this is a magic project.
For sure.
Nice. Well, I mean, the magic must have been all over the place on set, again, in this beautiful location of Hawaii. For both of you, do you have a very specific moment or day or just a moment on set that really stood out to you during the production?
Well, mine was a Lilo and Stitch thing when they brought me to the set and showed me where the hammock was. They were showing us the whole tour of the thing. And here's Tutu's house, and this is your house, and this is where the hammock scene takes place. That was my idea. And then Dean's like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, I remember reading about that 20 years ago. And I just love that, that I get to feel like I contributed something super important to the film.
It's pivotal. It's very pivotal.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the heart of the film.
Yeah.
Courtney, how about for yourself?
Probably that because there was a moment when I'm out surveying the house, and I was actually listening to that moment. I think that that was the moment that began to turn him, So that moment as well for me, listening to them sing that song as I'm supposed to be, being very
Stern.
Yeah. That's where the softy comes out.
in the dark, listening to in the car, just, oh God, what am I gonna do?
Well, for our last question as we wrap here, we would love to know, what do you hope audiences, especially families and kids, take away from this adaptation?
I hope that they come away realizing that family's where you find it, and that if you love each other strong enough, you can do great and mighty things, and you can overcome anything with love.
I love it.
It's, just let it change.
Yeah.
It's life is short. It's the transitions are difficult for us all. It's just transitions in life are challenging, and a lot of times it's so hard because we don't know. We don't want to let go because we don't know. We don't know what our children are going to go to, and the world is crazy. But you've done the work. Let them go. They will come back, and in general, let it go. That's the hard part. Is for us all to recognize that they will be okay. You were okay when your parents let you get into that world and begin to navigate. You've put in the foundation.
And trust in that.
It's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time again to join us on the Geekcentric podcast. It really means a lot. We do have a little
Here it comes.
token of appreciation.
Here it comes.
Little
For you
gift.
guys.
We want you to be part of our Ohana.
Official-
We're making
that.
official
There you are.
geeks.
some friendship bracelets in the other room.
Yes.
Cobra Bubbles.
You were making them?
Yeah, we
were
made
making
those for
them.
you.
Yeah.
Really? That's so cute.
Look at this.
At the junket, they were making lays, like you make,
wow.
flower lays. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Those are for you.
There we go.
Thank
Tina.
you.
Thank you guys so
I
much.
love
It was
it.
really lovely meeting you. And again, we absolutely love this film and
Courtney
the
Bubbles.
memories brought to it. It was
Oh, I'm
fantastic.
so happy.
Amazing.
Aw,
Thank you.
you guys.
Aloha.